I decided I was going to do a review of Chuck Norris's secrets on anti-aging, and they're not bad. I was amazed that they're not that bad. Well, he is in pretty good shape at his age, so I guess they wouldn't be bad, but let's get down to what the tips are. So, faithfully, Chuck Norris works out on his Total Gym 4 days a week. He loves it because he uses leverage, cables, and his body weight through movement. However, the Total Gym and his martial arts training help his body feel and stay young. 3 days a week, Chuck spends about 20 minutes on his Total Gym. After his strength workout, he either does the elliptical machine for about 30 to 40 minutes or will go for a 2-mile brisk walk. Now, there are things you can do instead of the Total Gym. You can do, sit-ups, push-ups, things of that nature. You don't need a Total Gym to do the movements on the Total Gym. You can do a light dumbbell workout, things of that nature. After his strength workout, he either does the elliptical machine for 30 or 40 minutes or will go for a 2-mile brisk walk, depending on how he feels and what he wants to do. The few things he does after his cardio are his abdominals and stretching. Notice he does stretch still. The other 3 days he trains martial arts. He works with a mixture of slow and fast movements. Chuck also heads off to the pool after a martial arts training. He likes it because it's low impact resistance in the water. It also gives him a great cardio workout. Furthermore, the water is an excellent source of physical recovery, or for physical recovery. Chuck recommends exercising 4 times a week for at least 20 to 30 minutes. It serves as one key to increasing longevity and preventing aging. For example, if you have been exercising since a child until the age of 40 and up, you can knock off 20 or 30 years of aging. So if you are 60, you will feel 30 or 40 years old. And if you are 81, like Chuck Norris, you will feel 50 or 60 years old. Nutrition is the second important factor, when it comes to anti-aging. Chuck says he eats lots of whole foods and organic food. He says it is a bit more expensive, but I don't believe in organic food, but it's a bit more expensive, but you have to look at it as a life investment. He eats egg whites. Okay, so in the morning, he eats protein with whole grains. In the morning, a sample breakfast he has is egg whites with tomatoes, onions, with whole wheat bread. Sometimes it is oatmeal with raisins and bananas, or a protein drink blended with cranberry and orange juice, banana, nectarine, or peach, with protein powder and ice in a blender. You can't skip breakfast. Sometimes Chuck channels the spirit of Elvis and says a peanut butter and banana sandwich on grain bread. Lunch, that's not really that funny, but for lunch, Chuck eats turkey or fish with vegetables. He stopped eating red meat, processed oils, and fat some time ago. As an alternative sandwich for lunch, he uses avocado. Avocado sandwiches are delicious on whole grain bread. You can even add turkey to avocado sandwiches too. For dinner, he eats no later than 6 p.m. Also, he avoids carbs in the evening. By doing this, it helps maintain his weight. It also helps him sleep and feel better the following day. Eating late after 10 will make you tired and sluggish the next day. But the time to stop eating is different for everyone. Chuck eats a lot of green vegetables. So he does eat a lot of green vegetables with skinless chicken breast or salmon. That is free range and with red baked potato or brown rice. So you see he's eating balanced meals that are high in protein. This is a traditional athlete's diet. I wouldn't say it's a bodybuilder's diet, but it's very close to a bodybuilder's diet, a typical athletic type diet. Chuck recommends sugar is a no. Chuck's recommendations: sugar is a no-no. Instead of sugar, use sugar in the raw or stevia. Sugar in the raw is sugar. Let's just call that what it is. It's sugar. Stevia, I wouldn't recommend stevia, as I've said in the past. Drink lots of water, carry a bottle everywhere you go. Keep fresh fruit and vegetables available for snacks. Chuck used to eat whatever he wanted in his 20s. I think we all have had that problem. However, his nutrition matured in his mid-30s. Okay, it has to. When he was younger, he used to eat pancakes, steak, and burgers, etc. Now eating these things makes him feel sluggish. When he hit his mid-30s, he saw his metabolism change and slow down. Even from doing super hard workouts, this was the point when Chuck needed to rethink his eating habits. This is important when it comes to aging and longevity. You have to adapt to how you feel. When you adapt, it is like shifting your energy into high gear. The body changes, and if you change your nutrition accordingly, it should say listening to your body, this is listening to your body, then you will feel young. Getting older does require nutritional sacrifices and changes to feel and stay young. I went through similar things. For example, I stopped eating late at night and felt better in the morning, even if I did not sleep so well. Furthermore, having one alcoholic drink became difficult. I started to get headaches, and it made me really slow the next day, so I cut it out. And that's what you have to understand. You shouldn't be drinking alcohol. Alcohol is not a health food. Okay, it is hard in the beginning to change your nutrition, but time after time and day after day, when you are feeling tired, you will wake up and tell yourself to change. Like Chuck says, it has to become a habit. Feeling tired day in and day out should be enough to make that habit easy. So let me review some of this. And I want people to understand, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse, I'm not a chiropractor, not a dietitian, not a nutritionist, I'm nothing like this. This is just me reviewing this, okay? So, with the Total Gym, as I already said, I wouldn't buy a Total Gym personally. They're extremely expensive. What I would recommend people do is I would recommend people do either Pilates or some kind of similar exercise, but definitely do some, calisthenic type exercises. I already promoted Denise Austin's books and things of that nature. I would recommend people look into Denise Austin's exercise programs and do low impact exercises. Swimming is fine. You can't beat swimming. So I'm just telling you how to basically reproduce this. His diet is not that bad. I just wouldn't spend the money on organic anything. And I would go plant-based, but whatever. People don't want to hear that. I would recommend getting rid of sugar and using artificial sweeteners. Okay, things like sucralose, things like NutraSweet, things like saccharin. I also wouldn't use stevia because it's a hormonal disruptor. I would drink water, but I would also keep in mind that you have to get your electrolytes in. Chuck used to eat, okay, so obviously don't eat whatever you want. I agree with him that you should knock alcohol out of your diet. And I'm going to move on to another one. Now, I thought this was funny because this is 5 anti-aging tips you can incorporate into your martial arts training. When I used to subscribe to Black Belt magazine 20 years ago, this crap, actually more than 20 years ago, this crap wasn't in here. I guess they're realizing that an aging population is who subscribes to Black Belt magazine at this point, is what I suppose. So, so let's see their breathing. How you breathe increases your longevity. Your breathing rate affects your heart rate. If you take less breaths per minute, your heart rate will be less. If your heart rate is beating less, then it will last longer. Learning to breathe through your nose decreases your breaths per minute, relaxes your nervous system and prevents stress. Stress produces cellular inflammation, and inflammation ages you. It not only ages you, but it is a silent killer. Breathing through your mouth is automatic, continuous, and short. That is why the breathing rate increases. Breathing through the nose produces a longer breath with pauses, and lungs take in breath as needed. Strength training. Strength training done properly is a magic to reverse the aging process. Regular resistance training does have So this is about slow eccentric movement, or slow eccentric, what do they call that? SET. Slow eccentric training, that's it. I agree with this. I agree with moving light weights slowly. This is how you use light weights. I do not agree with using heavy weights. I used to fall for the ideas, traditional bodybuilding type stuff, and then I realized I'm lifting for health. I'm not lifting to get huge. This I agree with. So the idea of slow eccentric training, it boosts nerve firing power and potential, and potentiation, breaks down muscle 10 times more, causing more testosterone and growth hormone release for muscles to rebuild more than any other training. Reverses the aging plasticity of muscles by restoring elasticity and flexibility. The increased time under tension allows tendons to become stronger that only become stronger from weight-bearing activities. HIIT training. If you want to really drink from the fountain of youth, then you will want to do HIIT and endurance training. I would recommend endurance training. HIIT high intensity interval training. They forgot the interval there. If you take high intensity training is more of a weightlifting term. It's about lifting heavy. That was popularized by what's his name? Mike Menser. Your DNA is created as chromosomes at the tips of the dead. Okay, the telomere protects it. We already gone through this. There has been extensive research using HIIT. They've actually put an extra T instead of an extra I. Good God. Okay, so that they just made the wrong acronym there. I don't know what they're trying to do there. Now they spelled it properly. Here, they really need to get somebody to look at their stuff. Nutritional maturity, you have to understand that when you start to age, you cannot eat the same way as you did in your 20s. Eating too much sugar, they spelled too wrong. Salt, processed foods. Wow, Black Belt Magazine has really gone to crap with who's doing their editing. How you think. This is about changing the mindset. I agree with pretty much all of this besides the HIIT. Okay, you shouldn't be sore from cardio. I actually have to give it up to what's his face, Greg Doucette. Greg Doucette is the one that helped me understand a couple things about training properly, and helped me listen to myself about nutrition as opposed to other people. I already had been a personal trainer. I went to school to be a personal trainer, and I realized, hell, I know more about nutrition than people like Dr. McDougall and such. So that's all for this video. Enjoy it.